Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to go through a few examples I made yesterday with the Sentimental Park stamp set, and we'll show you one card for today. So let's go ahead and go down to the stamping surface so we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so if you remember, Sentimental Park is 23 stamps, 18 of the dies. So here's what we have today. So we're going to be using these two, fin hair, these two, as well as some words. We'll figure out the words later. All right, so let's go ahead. What I have here is just a panel. This is a 4 1/4 half panel. So it's not a folded card base, it is just the panel. And then I have 3 3/4 by 10 scored at 5, because this is going to be my card that opens. I'm also going to go ahead and take my my trimmer, and I'm going to score this at 1 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and put that right there. And I'm going to score at 1 1/2 because this is going to be a book fold. All right. So that means that we're going to go ahead and, sorry, getting my tape out, getting my seal out. So that means we're going to go ahead and adhere that down like that. And then this is going to go on here. We're not going to stamp this yet, or seal this down yet, because we might stamp on it. So we have a little book fold, so it's going to be a little smaller. Your inside here, as you can see, it is only 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. So when we go to cut the basic white cardstock layer, we'll make sure we have an inside for that, even though that is light enough that you can leave it that way. Okay, let me put this here. Let me watch those stamps because I already lost this one this morning. Just a tip, when you think you've lost a stamp set, go back to what you've done today. I found this. It was actually, I had used my brown paper bag to rough up some of the stamps, and it was so when I had done that, I had this down, and it was actually stuck to the back of my chamois. So always don't panic. If it's a metallic die, if it's a die you have, grab one of your magnets from the Stamparatus or any other strong magnet you have and go around your stamping area. You'll find it. With stamps like this, they're going to cling to anything. They've been stuck to the back of one of my stamp pads before. So just don't panic when you think you've lost one. Retrace your steps and you'll be able to find it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to mount these two because these are the ones I'm going to use. Oh, and I also want to use this little tiny one because I love this little tiny one. Another way not to lose your stamps is always put them on a block right away. That sometimes will help with keeping you from losing it. I'm going to get a smaller block. Sorry, I thought by rearranging this I wasn't going to show you my arms as much, but apparently that's not going to happen. So we're just working with flowers today. All right, so for this, since this is 3 3/4, we know that our length is going to be, for our height for all this, is going to be 3 1/2. So let me grab out a piece of basic white. Oh, that's not basic white. Why is that not basic white? My room's a mess, guys. It's been quite the week. All right, so anyway, so we know that and then here's my extra scrap I was looking for. All right, we'll use that one instead. So we know that this is 3 3/4, we said. So we're going to make this 3 1/2 for a length. And then I'm going to cut, since it's 1 1/2 inches that we scored at, I'm going to go at 1 1/4. Sorry. And then we knew that this remaining part is 3 1/2, so we're going to do a 3 1/4. That's for the front. Now if you want for the inside, you'll go ahead and do 2 more at 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. So we'll go ahead and do that right now while we're thinking about it. I'm going to do the 3 1/4 this way first. 3 1/4, 3 1/4, and then 3 1/2. Oh no, am I still connected? Hang on. This is technology, guys, I tell you. For some reason, I lost my camera facing down. So let's see if I can reconnect here really quick. Oh my gosh. All right, sorry about that, guys. Don't know why it did that. Let me zoom back in now. All right, sorry about that. Apparently we had a little bit of an internet problem with my camera and the internet connection. So for what you haven't seen, this was 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. This is 3 1/4 by 3 1/2, and now I'm cutting 2 more 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. I think I got that cut, and that's when I lost you guys. I think this is the one I hadn't cut yet. There's the 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. There you go. Sorry about that. You gotta love technology. Sorry, it was so much easier when I just did the one camera down, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mount this, adhere this to my panel, because I don't think I'm going to use Versamark or anything on that. So we'll go ahead like that. And again, here's all of our panels that are going to be facing this way. Don't do it that way, it'll be too long. So facing this way, so we're going to keep it up this way. So what I wanted to show you with this stamp set, let me go ahead and I'm going to do it two-tone. Let me open up my grape. The grape is really faded. Mango. I'm going to open these all up. So I only have to open them once. You don't have to watch me open and close them 9 million times. My leaves. Flirty Flamingo. And Coastal Cabana. Oh, nice way to put my finger in there. All right. So for this, I am going to do 3 colors going down. I'm going to use, I think, the 3 colors that aren't directly, this is actually either Pool Party or Balmy Blue. I think that's Balmy Blue. So I'm going to use the 3 colors that are not blue based. So I'm going to be using these. Let me get out my chamois over here. So I'll have to clean in between. All right, so let's go ahead and go here. Oh, I should have my piercing mat underneath there. Hopefully, since it's a bolder stamp, hopefully I won't lose anything. All right, so there's those 3. Now let me show you what I learned. I put a black mark on this. This, where this black mark is, this is for the one for the line that goes all the way to the edge of the leaf, because then it'll line up perfectly. So let's start with this. We're going to stamp off once. Then see, here's my black edge. Here's the one that's right, that goes all the way to the edge. And see how that actually highlights those little stars. All right, let's go to my mango. Again, now I'm going to flip it because here's the one that goes all the way down. Oops, Stamp off once. And here's the one that goes all the way down to the edge. Clean it off. Let's go into Gorgeous Grape. Stamp off once. Again, here's the one that goes all the way down. All right, so there we have that. That's going to be part of the book binding. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is, because I kind of want to have a plethora of colors there, I'm going to take what I'm going to use for my inside. I'm going to cut this out on typing paper, copier paper, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to punch out that in copier paper. I'm just going to lightly lay this down. And I'm going to grab one of my blending brushes. Get some of it off. And I'm not adhering this down. I'm just going to hang on to it, because I want to bring in some of those colors. Because I think the white's a little too stark. So I just kind of want to go around that just to give it a little bit of a hint of color around the edge. All right, go ahead and remove that. Put my brush back. All right, so now what I'm going to do around this edge now is I am going to, now I could keep that there if I want to, but I want some of the colors to go, flowers to go in and out of that. All right, we're only going to do those two. Let's take the insides. Now for this inside, I think I want to incorporate a little more of the Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to line up those bubbles. And line up those bubbles. They're going to be almost exact. There you go. And now I'm going to close these up for now. I'm only going to leave the Flirty Flamingo open for right now. Going to go ahead and grab that, and I'm going to do the thinking of, again, here I go into that drawer, sorry. So here's that thinking of, and I'm going to do in the Tuxedo Black, the Memento. And then I'm going to grab out that U. Alright, I'm going to use one of these little blocks. So I'm going to set this up like this to remind me that I have them on both sides. I'm going to go ahead, better make sure this doesn't have black on it. Did, had a little black on it. Not that big of a deal. Alright, so let's go back here. We're going to tape this down. That. Then we're going to put in the two inside pieces. One you'll be able to write on here. This one, I'm actually going to have just another little, remember I said I was leaving that out? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to go off a couple times. I'm just going to kind of go around the edge there, just to give it a little bit of pizzazz. Alright, now we can close up that flirty flamingo. Now, since this is the one I'll probably write a little bit on, I'm going to make sure that I adhere that down really good. And then, like I said, just another little piece here in case you want to write a little bit more. Oh my goodness, look at that. So you know what, I'm going to stamp on that really quick. Just because we have that ugly little mark from here still wet there. So I usually use the piercing mat. So let me go over it like that. And then let me do the inside. All right. So there you are, guys. Simple panel card. I think I'm going to do a cutout. I'm probably going to do a die cut and redo that because I don't like that. Or I'll just take this off and you can... All right, one more. Anytime you've done that, you can always exhale on there and that'll take it off. And I'm just going to put down a 3.5 by 3 1/4 blank white piece there. All right, there you go. Come over here where there isn't. That's why I usually don't stamp on this anymore. I go on the piercing mat because layers of ink sometimes will transfer. All right, so let's move all this out of the way. So here's the one we just did. Nice little panel card. You could add rhinestones if you want to the centers of the flower. And here's the other ones I did. This one, I used the same colors, but I did just the alternating strips. Just left this inside blank. Here I did tone on tone. So let me bring it down a little bit so you can see the whole card. But then you can see I did the die cuts. And then I did all 3 layers of those panels I showed you yesterday. And the last one, just a simple stamping, a few cutouts, added some of that fresh freesia, Highland Heather ribbon around the corners. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me through the video. Hope you have a great Sunday. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Tell your friends, share, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully watch it Wednesday. If not, if I get busy this weekend, maybe I'll do another video. I don't know. But just keep an ear out. Hit that bell. Use the bell. It'll tell you when I'm on next, that notification. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm so tongue-tied. A little later in the day, and everyone's up and around in my house, so I'm just afraid of them coming in and talking during my video. All right, guys. Have a great Sunday.